Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, weirdos? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday once again. How's it going, Jamie?
Doing good, but I don't know why my little moose, she's been hiding under the bed. I'm looking at her, and her nose is like wet, like up to here. Well, she's been like licking herself, so maybe all the grooming. I just was freaking out. Like, why is her nose changing colors? And she's been anyway. I'm cool. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay, I suppose.
Yeah, always keep me on my toes, man. It's always something.
Yep. Been staying busy this week. Doing a little of this, a little of that, some of this, and a handful of that. Went fishing again early this morning. Was up at the ass crack of dawn.
Did you catch anything?
Several sharks and a pompano. At least I didn't catch a bunch of catfish this time.
Oh, because the barb?
Yeah, I just hate catching them. Slimy little turds. But yeah, I had a pompano, brought it home, cooked it for lunch. It was quite delicious.
I bet. See, I still got my little wrap on.
Oh, yeah. Jamie done injured herself.
Jamie got undone and gave herself the need for like stitches in two parts of my hand. But I'm taking care of it. Doing it my way.
Well, yeah, scars are cool. I heard this thing. I was listening to this radio talk show the other day, and this guy called in, and he had, I don't know, some sort of accident, and he got it's like on his chest, and he's got a big scar, and he was all like freaking out about it, and like, you know, how am I ever going to get a girlfriend? I got this big ugly scar. And two radio hosts were like, dude, scars are like a badge of honor. They're cool. What are you worried about?
Oh, I just saw something sad. Azariana, 17 minutes ago. There's Azariana. I haven't checked my messenger, but I just was sending the links out and saw your post. Her Leo passed away in her arms at 11:11 tonight.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Sorry to hear that, Azariana. I know the feeling. Been a couple of weeks since I last.
So much more light.
Yeah, every day I get a reminder. Today I checked the mail and I got a card from the vet's office. It was cool. Everybody signed it, but it's like, oh, man. That hurt never goes away. You just learn how to deal with it.
To compartmentalize it.
Yep. Sucks.
Mm. Man, these little guys. I love these little guys.
Yep.
That's why I go without my own, stuff like for the month, just to make sure.
Oh, yeah.
Take them in.
Yeah, we've been where it's like, what are we going to eat for dinner tonight? Well, there's some crackers and some peanut butter, but the animals always have food, you know.
Make sure they have their medicine. Yeah, first thing, and the first of the month is I buy all their food. I make sure that they're covered for the month, get their monthly medicine, and then I figure it out.
It's weird. We had these two metal bowls that we used to feed both dogs in, and like feeding Dixie now, she got to where she would not eat. She went for a couple of days basically without eating. She would not eat out of the bowl anymore. And I don't know if it's because she could, smell or sense tiki or something. But the other night, put the food in the bowl and she was just like, she went walked away, went away from it and took the food out of the bowl and put it on a saucer, went over there and gobbled it up. She fucking would not eat out of that bowl though.
Wait, she put the food on it, moved it, or you did?
No, we did.
Oh, I was saying, holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw my video that's on my.
Bring that up.
Yeah, just the other day, like the graveyard. There's 4 graveyards, actually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 graveyards within like a mile or 2 of my house. About a mile, and I don't know. The other day, I'm on the way home. August 12th was my mom's birthday, and I didn't get by the graveyard, as something was going on. And I went through there the other day. I was on the way home and I'm like, I'll just drive through the graveyard, say hi to my family, because all of them are dead and they're all buried there. And there's a shitload of friends and other relatives. And so I'm driving through there. I got Dixie in the car and she's just over in the passenger seat, just all chilled out, And I get up to the part where my mom and dad and aunt and uncle and everybody's buried, and I just said something to my mom, kind of like talking to her or whatever. And I'm like, I hope you and Tiki are hanging out. And, and Dixie's just like, as soon as we got up there, she like perked up and she was looking out the passenger window where all the graves are. And she just starts barking like this weird kind of alert, sort of defensive, but sort of excited kind of bark. This is weird. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. But then
It
I'm like,
sounded like familiar. Like,
yeah. Yeah, at first I was a little weirded out. I've had like over the years, I've had some really weird experiences, like where my dad's buried and the rest of my family. That one time, I don't know if you remember, I was talking about when I went up there and there was this big old dog. There's a tree like right on the corner of where the grave sites are. Been there forever, slow growing, but it's a tree that's right on the corner. And I went there one day on the way home, just to say hey and, check on all the grave sites and stuff. And this big ass dog was laying under that tree. And I went to get out of the car and he's like, starts growling at me. And I was like, whoa, buddy, what's up? And he got up and started coming at me. And I like went and jumped back in the car. And he's like right outside my door, just raising hell with me. So I stayed in the car because he did not look like he was a friendly dog. And I went back like 2 weeks later. That damn dog was still there sitting under that tree. I'm like, is anybody else like seeing this damn dog or is it just me? It was weird. Anthony says, is this live? Yes, it's Memorex.
hey, yeah, Anthony.
Please leave a message at the tone.
Is it live or Memorex?
But yeah, it was weird. Animals know something, they pick up on something. Something.
But it definitely sounded like it was familiar. Like it was scared because it wasn't expecting it. It was familiar, but it was something it wasn't expecting. Like, what the hell? It was just like, what the hell, but excited at the same time and kind of wigged, like tripped out.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the way, wouldn't they bark like that in the kitchen sometimes? And I asked, like, wasn't it you? And I said, would your mom like cook in there, like hand food down to them? Or would they ever bark at her in the kitchen? And they would kind of bark like that after, wouldn't they? Or like go up and down the hall past her room and kind of like bark into her room or into the hall.
Yeah.
Was it kind of similar to that bark?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, Tiki would like right after my mom passed, I'd be like, where's the dog? And I go in my mom's room and she'd be like up on the bed, curled up asleep, and of course my mom wasn't there.
That's the place she'd expect him to be. She'd expect her to be. So like that's why it'd sound a little different over there. Like, wait, what the hell?
Yeah. But yeah, for the longest time, like after my mom passed, Tiki'd be just sitting on the couch in her spot. She had a little pillow that she used to hang out on, and every once in a while she'd just like look at the hallway to the door and just start barking, and just like looking. I'm like, yeah, my mom must be here again. Yeah, man, animals are weird. They definitely impact your life. Got a couple friends that are just like, oh, it's just, it's just an animal. Get it. It's a pet. Get another one. No. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, definitely. I think it's like little kids, little kids can sense spirits and stuff because they haven't spent their entire life with people telling them, oh,
Getting
it's imagination. That's not real. Monsters aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. When little kids are little kids, they've never been told that, it was their imagination. And they just like, I know when I was a little kid, I used to see stuff all the time. And I'll be damned if it was my imagination.
By 7, the programming really starts.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the majority of people grow up, once they start seeing things, oh, little Robbie has an imaginary friend. I'm like, bullshit, that motherfucker wasn't imaginary. And yeah, like, I remember when I used to see the lady at the old store museum where my mom ran the place, and I used to see that old lady, and then one day the old blacksmith guy that I used to hang out with, he was like, "You're not seeing things, boy. I see her too. She's a ghost." I'm like, no shit. I was glad somebody like registered on my same thing, because everybody else was like, there's nobody here that looks like that. Well, how come I keep seeing her then? And old Mr. Bruff, don't worry, boy, I see her too. And he described exactly what she looked like. I'm like, shoo. Yeah, he was a cool little dude.
Such a relief, too.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody kept telling me, no, and explaining it somehow. And, I started to think, well, damn, maybe I am tripping. But he heard me talking about it, pulled me over. I see her too.
That validation's wonderful.
Yeah. Speaking of validation, I guess the moon's getting validated.
It's getting verified. It's getting the blue check mark.
And the blue check mark and fancy letters and everything. Getting a star by my name.
Well, it might not be getting a blue check mark, but it will be getting its own time zone as space travel aims for human returns. As NASA strides to return astronauts to the lunar surface for the first time since the 1970s, astronomical experts say that the orbital rock needs its own localized time zone. Why? A new paper from the National Institute of Standards and Technology explains that even the most efficient terrestrial clocks, which stay in rhythm using atomic principles, would tick slightly quicker at a rate of 56 microseconds per day on the moon, where gravity is weaker. That is a sizable number when considering the scale of forthcoming manned Artemis moon missions that will increase. The number of assets on the lunar surface, add the authors, communication and navigation systems rely on a network of clocks that are synchronized to each other within a few tens of nanoseconds. Essentially, similar to how car clocks lose accurate time after a while, the same would happen to equipment on the moon's surface. The proposed alternative still under... Didn't they freak out at Y2K for something like that too, thinking it was going to like... So. Yeah. The proposed alternative still under creation and recently backed by the International Astronomical Union is the development of lunar coordinate time. It would function similarly to the principle of earthly coordinated universe, UTC. That 1960 originated concept within a nanosecond of accuracy keeps a singular, ultra-specific time by arranging atomic clock measurements globally. UTC is utilized by scientists and laboratories throughout the world. Experts could tweak the UTC for space exploration purposes. It's like having the entire moon synchronized to one time zone, adjusted for the moon's gravity, rather than having clocks gradually drift out of sync with Earth's time. It's currently unknown whether there would be just one or several time zones on the moon. Lunar coordinate time would also play a role in navigating space and the moon. It would lay the work for a system similar to GPS, but on the moon. Patala is confident that this approach could be utilized for frontiers beyond just our lunar surface, too. The proposed framework underpinning lunar coordinate time could eventually enable exploration beyond the moon and even beyond our solar system, the expert said. Specifically, Albert Einstein's theory of relativity is first addressed the concept that time can move slower under different gravitational conditions. In this case, the changes happen in part due to the moon orbiting around the Earth and our planet's revolution around the sun. So getting rid of the time zones supposedly on Earth, but then add them to the moon.
The moon. That's a tricky subject.
It's a very touchy subject.
Craig says a lot of people say we didn't go to the moon. My theory is we did go, but they aren't telling us everything. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, no, I know exactly how I feel about that. I say I don't, but I do. I want to believe we went to the moon, but there's another part of me that doesn't think we did.
That little nagging feeling.
Yeah. Or if we did, I don't think we did when we said we did. But then again, there's part of me that just says maybe we never went to the moon. Maybe it was all a huge fake out, you know, because we were like fighting with other countries to be the first, you know, and then
Space race.
Yeah, space race. I don't know.
But
you know,
I
there's
still
the
think if they did, that they saw something and didn't want to and couldn't talk about it.
Yeah, that too. You know. Then there's the whole Van Allen belt theory, you know, that there's no way, you know, our technology.
Firmament.
Yeah. Anthony says, Rob, do you believe there are spirits of long deceased alien or human civilizations that existed there from a long time ago? That existed where? Here or the moon? I definitely believe there are spirits from deceased, whether they're aliens or humans, civilizations that existed. Yeah. Where? I don't know exactly. The moon.
It's almost like a dead Earth.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it kind of is. I mean, you know, I've never been to the moon, so I don't know shit from Shinola about it. But you know, there seems to be. I mean, you know, I got a telescope. I can go out here and look at the moon any given time. You know, but there's really good telescopes that can see really good images of the moon. And, you know, a lot of people say there's remnants of, you know, non-organic structures on the moon. If so, if they didn't just form from wind and solar and this and that means somebody's ass built them, you know, or something built those structures.
I even think they have part in moving humans around in places on the Earth.
Yeah. Like this tonight's Crystal of the Week video, it kind of doesn't tie into the moon, but just as far as past civilizations and past years on Earth, it's one of the oldest known minerals on the Earth. And it's like old, like seriously old. Like if you think old, times it times 10. But yeah, like what was the Earth like a billion years ago? Was it bigger? Was it smaller? Does the Earth grow? Like, was a billion years ago, was the Earth smaller than it is? I always wonder that too. Is the Earth, does it grow somehow? I mean, trees, everything on the Earth grows. Why wouldn't the Earth grow as well? Is it getting bigger? I
It's
don't
a
know.
living being.
Yeah.
And then I have the story tonight about, freezing humans for later and everything. And I always think about, how things are perception and how you perceive it, whether it's a prophet or religion. And like Noah's Ark, the 2x2, the two on the ark, could that be a ship? And could it be vials of DNA? And that's how
Yeah.
they were able to get everything onto like one ship.
Yep.
And it's kind of like we're replicating again, and it's almost like we think, well, how did they do that? How are they so much smarter than us back then? It's like, well, that's kind of like where they got to before it like started back over again.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, there's just so many different theories that I play with like that.
Yeah, it's like the more you think about it, the more questions you have.
Yeah, the microcrystals.
Well, this isn't on the moon, but this is on a bus in Delhi, India. Video footage shows alleged ghost sitting on a bus in India. And I have a little video that goes along with it. But it says here, the clip shows an apparent spook that appears on CCTV camera, but it is invisible when viewed directly. According to the caption, they should have had one of those SLR cameras, so he'd be like the stick guy in the seat. According to the caption on the video, it was posted up on Instagram. The footage was recorded by a bus conductor who was doing his routine checks on a bus, presumably outside of operating hours, when he noticed on the CCTV screen that someone was still on board. Puzzled, he turned his camera towards the seat on which the passenger was sitting, only to find that it was completely empty. There was definitely nobody left on the bus. Upon panning back to the CCTV screen, however, the passenger, a man wearing a white shirt, could clearly be seen sitting alone on an otherwise empty bus. There is, of course, one major flaw. If the ghost only shows up when viewed through a camera, why is it not showing up through the bus conductor's camera? As things stand, it's not clearly exactly what the footage, how it originated, but it's certainly proven popular on Instagram, where it's racked up hundreds of thousands of views. But does the footage really show a ghost on the bus? Most likely explanation is that the CCTV screen is simply showing a recording from a previous point when there was actually someone sitting there. Perhaps the system's malfunctioning, or perhaps the whole thing's a little more than a hoax. You can check it out and see. And yeah, it could be previously recorded. Your program has been previously recorded. It could be. And if it is, well, yeah, it's a hoax. But if it's all happening at once, where the guy's looking through the CCTV, sees it, and then turns around and looks and doesn't see it, if all that's real, well, then there's definitely something going on. So let me see if I can get to the video here and you guys see what you think. It's on, no, that's definitely not it. It's on Instagram. Good grief. Here we go. Got way too many windows open. Share screen window. Daily Ghost Ride. Okay, here we go. You can't really understand what the guy says.
ना कोई बैठा हुआ है पर हमें से कोई दिक्कत परेशानी नहीं हो रही ये देखो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ कैमरे
Okay,
में
that's him looking at it
CCTV
normally.
कैमरे लगे हुए हैं बस के अंदर और आप इधर देख सकते
Then
हो
he goes to the CCTV,
जो कंडक्टर सीट पे एक व्यक्ति बैठा हुआ है देखो दिख
and
रहा है
there's a
आपको
dude sitting right there.
कंडक्टर सीट ये व्यक्ति बैठा हुआ है ये देखो दोबारा से ध्यान से देख लो बैठा हुआ है और मैं जो है आपको दोबारा से
Turns around, looks at it. Ah, there's nobody there.
और देखो यहाँ कोई भी नजर नहीं आ रहा कैमरे में
Why? Because you're like ducking down under the seat, and before he walks away,
और
and
देख
they
लो
pop back up like a gopher.
बकायदा इसमें दिख रहा है व्यक्ति बैठा हुआ
And now the guy pops up like a gopher,
मैं पीछे करके दिखाता हूँ बस
wearing all black, looks like white on CCTV.
कोई भी नजर नहीं आ रहा कंडक्टर सीट पे
Yeah, I don't know.
कोई भी नहीं है लेकिन यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई बैठा हुआ है पर हमें से कोई दिक्कत परेशानी नहीं हो रही ये देखो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ कैमरे में CCTV कैमरे लगे हुए हैं बस के अंदर और आप इधर देख सकते हो
Clearing the bus.
जो कंडक्टर सीट पे एक व्यक्ति बैठा हुआ है देखो दिख रहा है आपको कंडक्टर सीट पे ये व्यक्ति बैठा हुआ है ये देखो दोबारा से ध्यान से देख लो बैठा हुआ है और मैं जो है आपको दोबारा से कंडक्टर सीट की तरफ ले जाता हूँ और देखो यहाँ कोई भी नजर नहीं आ रहा कैमरे में देखो
So yeah, who knows? You know,
ध्यान से कहीं मिस्टेक हो रही हो
if
बकायदा इसमें
so, that's the problem with today's age is you can never believe anything you see or hear, especially now with AI. Like, I don't think that's AI, but it could be a hoax. But then again, could be real. Who knows?
The person that put it out.
People still call CIA agents spooks. You know what? When my brother was a little kid, that was his nickname was Spook. But it wasn't because he was spooky. This was like back in the 60s.
Isn't that a slur?
Kinda. He told me the other day we were talking about it. He's like, man, some of my friends wouldn't even let me come through their front door. They made me go around to the back door to come in. Because my brother, when he was a little kid, I had to find a picture. He doesn't look like he belongs in the family. He's way darker than everybody else in the whole family. Like my whole family was kind of fair skinned and everything. And my brother looks like 10 times darker than everybody.
But they made him walk through the back.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, some of my friends wouldn't let me come through the front door of the house. They made me come in the back
Why?
door. I'm like, oh, back doors are reserved for service entrance only.
No,
Service.
that's why they did that.
Mm-hmm. That's
crazy.
okay though, because our house was so crazily haunted that none of my brother's friends or my friends would ever want to come over and hang out at our house.
You lived in an actual poltergeist house.
Yeah. Like seriously, I had friends that were like, they'd come over, but they wouldn't come in the house.
Mm.
And some of my brother's friends, my brother's 14 years older than me. And yeah, some of his friends were like, oh, hell no. They would not stay there. They would not dare spend the night. They didn't even want to come in the house half the time. Yeah, man, southern states in the 60s. I remember going in when I was a little kid. My aunt would like after school my mom was working, so I'd go over to my grandparents' house. And a lot of times I'd walk downtown with my aunt, and we'd go to like McCrory's or Woolworths or whatever. And they had a little cafe in there. We'd get like a grilled cheese sandwich or whatever. And I remember going in there and seeing signs that were telling, the black folks had to sit in the back of the restaurant. And I was always confused. I was like, how come they get to sit in the back? That's where the cool seats are. Why do they got to sit in the back? And my aunt would try to explain it to me. And I'd be like, in my little brain, it was like, so the black people aren't cool enough to sit out here with the rest of us, but they're damn sure cool enough to be behind the counter making our food. Right? Let me get this straight. Yeah, it was weird times back then.
Damn.
Weird times. But yeah, I fully remember that.
That's crazy you actually saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I just always remember being a kid and just playing with like anybody, and you don't like think about, like, as a kid you don't think about stuff. And then I would watch, like, getting into like childhood development, early childhood development, and like when you watch kids and when they don't have like an influence from a parent or anything like that, and they're just naturally getting to play and explore, they pick whatever friends they want, they pick whatever color baby dolls they want.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you put whatever, a black kid and a white kid, a Mexican kid and a Jewish kid, you put them all in a sandbox when they're all going to play, and they're going to be best friends until somebody tells them not to be,
exactly, until somebody poisons their head with BS.
Yeah. Anthony says in the 70s he would eat a Sambo's. Yeah, man, we had a Sambo's here, and they changed the name. Slur? What's that?
Sambo's is a slur?
Well, yeah, I guess it was, because Little Black Sambo. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, they changed the name from Sambo's to, I don't know what it became, Denny's or Village Inn or something. I don't know. But I was always like, man, why'd they change the name? I never took it as being a slur, a racial thing, whatever. But there again, somebody's got to point it out and, make it that way. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. That's cool. You had it, Anthony. I thought that was just a Southern thing. I didn't know Sambo's were all over the place like that.
So it was like breakfast food?
Yeah, it's like a Denny's or whatever, Village Inn. Yeah, I mean, you could, it was open late night. That's when we used to go there a lot, You get out of the club or somewhere, and it's like the only place.
Oh, yeah, like going to Denny's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people got mad, closed it. Yeah, just like, Aunt Jemima, all of a sudden, after how many years of, an older black woman that actually made something for herself, you think, yeah, her name's on there, her picture's on there, whatever, you think that would be a proud thing, but somehow it got turned into a racial thing.
I don't know. I don't write the rules.
But yet, the old white guy on Quaker Oats, he's still on there. But the black lady can't have her syrup with her picture on there anymore. I don't know, man. This is a weird world. We make it way more confusing than it needs to be.
Well, speaking of weird world, there's a company out there that will freeze your dead body until it's reanimated years later, but will come with a hefty price.
Price of opening the picture would be nice.
They've already been doing these things.
Damn it.
I think there's one in Arizona, some sort of like And you can do it for pets too, I think.
Yeah.
So the company Tomorrow Bio is taking strides in preserving frozen dead bodies so they may one day be revived. We already see like everything they're doing with growing the little brains on the robots and
Baloney face.
the baloney face. We see the way this is all going. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Chill out. A high-tech startup is giving people the option to genetically freeze their corpses in hopes that they may one day be revived. They may be revived one day in the distant future. Tomorrow Bio, a Berlin-based company, is charging a pretty penny. $222,603 plus a $55 monthly membership fee to put bodies and body parts on ice. Wait a second. Brains alone cost $83,473. Personally, I believe that within my lifetime, I'm currently 40 years old, we may witness the safe cryopreservation and reanimation of complex organisms. I was just wondering that in my mind, like, are we going to see? Chances are in our life, we probably will see this. For some, the primary motivation is the fear of dying. Cryopreservation, I don't know if I'm saying that right, offers them hope and a sense of security at a price, providing potential path to extend their lives. So they're getting like a false sense of security and peace of mind while these people get a body to mess with later on, down the line.
Yeah.
So, and paid to do it. So far, the company claims that 6 people and 5 pets have gotten the big chill, and there are 650 people on the waiting list with an average age of 36. None of them are expecting to die anytime soon, he told the Daily Mail. How does it work? Tomorrow Bio offers what they call field crypto protection, or cyroprotection, in which they begin the cyropreservation process immediately after a patient is declared legally dead, using retrofitted ambulances which function as mobile surgery rooms. Oh, and how many people get pronounced dead nowadays and they come back alive in that body bag? They're going to be pumped full of crap, like, and a quickness. The company claims, I want to see one of these ambulances. The company claims to be the only one worldwide to do so. They added that a corpse's bodily fluids are replaced by essentially medical grade antifreeze to keep from irreversible cold damage. Temperatures are dropped to around minus 320 degrees Fahrenheit over a little more than a week before the body is stored in a long steel container containing liquid nitrogen for long-term storage. If a person is successfully, can you crack them apart then? Like if you took them out like you do those ice drinks?
Yeah.
Could you crack the body apart if you didn't thaw them out right?
Maybe. I don't know.
If a person is successfully revived after the Captain America procedure and their investment hasn't been fully used in treatment, they get the remaining money back. Whoa, dude. Tomorrow Bio cites a successful example of similar treatments to preserve a rabbit's kidney. The company has storage facilities across Europe, including Berlin and Amsterdam. Soon, New York City will have a satellite location as well, according to Tomorrow Bio. but many patrons have their sights set on the great beyond. Many customers are fascinated by the possibilities of future technologies and experiences. So they're getting their money back. Okay, they're reanimating them. Whose brain, like memories and brain, like they're reviving the brain? And if so, how do they even know that they had money owed back to them?
Yeah.
Like, who are you when they
I don't know.
revive?
Since you started reading this article and I saw especially this picture that I got blown up right now, the first thing when you start reading this and I looked at the pictures, the very first thing that came to my mind was this. Let's see here if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Building kind of reminds me of this building.
Whoa.
From Return of the Living Dead.
Whoa, the one that's on the thumbnail, huh?
Kinda, yeah. It's one of my favorite movies, but yeah. This looks like a more modern, updated version of that building. Right there. They just updated it. And they got people in barrels, just like they did, These are made from the U.S. Army. Boom.
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know about that whole frozen.
I'm cool with it. I mean,
Is it something that's gonna really be, I don't know. I don't know. Or is it just a expensive waste of time? I don't know.
it sounds like something that benefits the company. I don't know what people are going to come out or think they're going to be revived as. Are they going to remember, like, oh, score, remember, when I got frozen 80 years ago, I'm back now. Like, because it's not like they're putting you into a hibernation.
Yeah.
And then, like, unfreezing you like Encino Man.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah. And just, would you really want to be like, say I croak tomorrow and they take me and ship me to this place and they freeze me. And then 80 or 100 years from now, they got the technology and they bring me back. What am I going to do? Everything is going to, you're not going to know a single person on the entire earth, for one, because they'll all be dead and gone. For two, unless you got cryogenically frozen with a group of your friends. But just technology, just life in general, everything's going to be different. You're not even going to know what to do. You probably have to learn how to do everything all over again.
It's almost the same as the outcome of like a clone, except it's not a clone. It's the actual body, but it's the same thing. Like when you clone and everything's going to be different, this and that. Is this where they're going to enter like consciousness back in, like, or they're going to combine all these different things that we're hearing about, like being able to save people's consciousness and insert it into some of these like lab grown little brains. They're going to put them into their humanoid robots. Like, these are some mad scientists coming up with some crazy.
Yeah. And if if they can save your consciousness, is that kind of the same as your soul or your energy or whatever that leaves your physical body when you die? Where they're going to figure out how to trap it there. That's going to suck.
Like an alternator or something.
Yeah. Are you going to be like in purgatory, in some kind of purgatory for 80 years until they figure out how to suck it back into your old decrepit body that's been frozen forever?
No, they're just charging you to do what the hell they want with all your stuff later.
Yeah.
And have bodies. I don't know.
A lot of people have that, especially those elites have that I want to live forever thing. I don't know if I would or not. You know, do I want to die? No. But
Like, don't look up.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I want to live forever either. You know, I remember, like I've said it before, my aunt who lived to be 100, you know, I was like amazed, you know, and I was talking to her one day and I'm like, it's got to be pretty awesome though to be your age and all the things you've seen and done. And she's like, yeah. And then there's the other side. And I'm like, what's that? And she's like, well, everybody that I grew up with, all my friends, you know, everybody I went to school with, all my friends that I grew up with, they're all dead. You know, it's like, you know, yeah, I have, you know, you grandkids and stuff like that, but like everybody else is gone. And I'm like, I never really thought of it until she said that. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of gotta suck. Cause I know how I feel now. Like, you know, I'm 60 and I'm like, shit, I've lost a shitload of friends and family, you know, like, you know, if I make it to 80 or 90 or whatever, what am I going to feel like then? You know, because I've got more dead friends now than I do live ones, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. That whole living forever thing, I don't know. Kind of a God complexy thing, maybe.
I'm cool with all that. I just want things to happen the natural way that the universe wanted me to flow is the way I want to go. I don't want to play God. I don't want nobody playing God on me. I just want to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
When I'm supposed to do it.
Yeah, which hopefully will be a long time. But at the same time, I don't want to be in the position of being laying in a bed and not being able to do anything. You know, I'd rather just, you know, go fishing and croak or something, you know, die doing what I want to be doing, not like laying in a bed.
Do have those pods coming out.
That's true. They got some weird stuff coming out, and not just coming out, but already here. You know, the one where you can have your remains put in a thing, a pod, you know, that grows a tree. I don't know. That's kind of cool.
Create a haunted forest.
Yeah. Or you can have your ashes.
That's how you create a haunted forest.
That could be. Yeah.
I
Or
like
even
that
weirder.
idea.
Even weirder is the one where you have your ashes made
Put in a
into a
dildo?
dildo. Yeah. You were thinking that too. Yeah, that one's. You can always have your lover close by.
And you have the smell box and the tape recorder and a spot for the ring and favorite music and a vial like this thing for their cologne.
Yep. I don't know though. Is it weird? I don't know. You know, I'm sitting right here and I got, you know, well, that's not it. Where are they at? I can't see.
That's not it.
That's not it. Whoa, don't show those. That's not it. You know, there's some of my dad's ashes right there in a little
There's nothing
vial.
weird about that.
And
You're not sticking it up your ass.
that's true. And there's another little thing up here that has my dog's hair in it. Another little bottle. It's up there somewhere. Strange. Red Z Mac is talking about you on her channel. Who?
Someone else said that a little while ago with this different name.
Well, good for her. So we got this one, which isn't paranormal. Maybe it is. I don't know. Man stung 160 times as wasp swarm follows him into his house. You know, you piss off some wasps and they do come after you. They are vengeful little critters. Andrew Powell desperately tried to defend himself as a swarm of wasps cornered him in his own bathroom. Get out, it's my bathroom. Can't I take a shower? Where's my privacy? Getting stung by a wasp can be a painful experience at the best of times. So spare thought for this unfortunate 57-year-old man from Wales who found himself besieged by a huge swarm of these insects. The nightmare began when a local farmer inadvertently disturbed a nest in a nearby field, prompting the swarm to target Pal, who was out on the front of his own house at the time. Without warning, the insects began to sting him repeatedly, forcing him to retreat inside. Unable to shake them, he even tried sheltering in his shower, but even that wouldn't stop him. Stumbled out the front of the house into the shower. They followed me in and stung me through my clothes in the shower.
They are bastards. They bite through your clothes.
Yeah. The bathroom was full of them. He ended up being stung 160 times, including 15 times in the back of his head. Fortunately, he was able to raise an alarm. God, I imagine so. He's probably screaming bloody murder. And his friend drove him to a nearby hospital. I was dropping in and out of consciousness, he said. All I could see was a white light and thought, here we go. Nurses quickly administered adrenaline, morphine, and catamol for the pain. If it wasn't for that unit and Breck and those two wonderful nurses on Saturday night, I wouldn't be here now. Or his friend that drove him there. If they hadn't helped me, then I'd be dead. Yeah. I mean, I got stung by a wasp. I was playing disc golf, and I of course threw my disc in the palmettos and went up there and reached in there, and I pissed off the hornets or the wasps or whatever was in there, and one of them like lit me up. I think I got bit twice, man, and it was like freaking painful. Like makes a bee sting feel like a trip to the petting zoo.
Remember the backyard, that nest we had? And I'm like, you don't jump in the water. And they recognize your face. They recognize your CO2. I would go out at night, and remember I'd chop it. It was the ground nest, and I would chop at the nest at night and then like drown it. Well, they recognized me. I went out there. They all swarmed me one day. They just conspired. I jumped in the water. Not a good idea because it doesn't do anything. It just piss them off more.
Yeah.
And
wait. They're like, he's got to breathe sometime.
I have all the inflammation in like my neck and stuff. I'm allergic to anti-inflammatory. And all of a sudden I realized the pain in my neck was gone. And I looked it up, and the venom actually could help like some people. So I was like, damn, I think those little bastards helped my back for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've read all kinds of things about,
Exactly, Anthony. That's exactly.
Yep. Yeah, I've read all kinds of things about bee stings and, wasp and this and that, and even snake venom, being used for not just anti-venom, but for treating other things. It's crazy how
they'll go up underneath your they know how to get under the like beekeepers thingies. They get in your clothes, and they know to strike, and they'll keep striking the head till they die. They'll do it to animals and people. They just go for the head. They're smart little bastards.
I saw a video the other day. These guys, this one guy climbed up in a tree purposefully and whacked a hornet's nest. It was like one of those jackass maneuvers. I'm like, you are just a certified dumbass. I'm sorry. You deserve to get this shit stung out of you.
Was he wearing?
No. He didn't even have a shirt on.
Was it TikTok? Was he trying to get TikTok views?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was TikTok or Instagram or something. I'm just like, you're a damn retard, man. No, I shouldn't even say that. That you're just an idiot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He obviously hasn't been stung.
Yeah, I never understood the whole when Jackass came out about, I never understood how it was cool to get kicked in the nuts
Yeah, like why?
for views. It's like, no, you kick me in the nuts, I'm gonna go down, and when I get back up, you best not be around.
And isn't that like an unspoken word for men? Like you just don't, like a man just does not kick another man in the nuts. Like guy code.
Yeah. People are strange.
Yeah, mud is good.
Yep. Clay, mud.
What do I got? What do I got? Oh, the Stonehenge altar stone. Wanted to do this one last week, but ran out. Stonehenge 6-ton altar stone twist prompts question: how the hell did they do that? Is that what TONNE is? Ton? Like in.
I guess so, yeah.
Stonehenge's altar stone came from Scotland, not Wales, as previously thought. Scientists believe it was carried by sea, meaning long-distance trade networks existed around 5,000 years ago. Research had suggested that the slab originated in the Brecon Beacons in South Wales, but the new study concluded that the stone hails over 460 miles from Salisbury Plain in North Scotland. The results were published in the Journal of Nature. Professor Chris Kirkland said the findings had significant implications for how we view ancient communities. Researchers from Curtin University studied the age and chemistry of mineral grains within fragments of the altar stone, which is 50 centimeters or 19.6 inches thick sandstone block measuring 5 meters by 1 meter or 16 feet by 3 feet that sits at the center of Stonehenge's iconic stone circle. Study lead author Anthony Clark explained that analysis of the age and chemical composition of minerals within fragments of the altar stone matched it with rocks from Scotland, while also clearly differentiating them from Welsh bedrock. Mr. Clark said, our analysis found specific mineral grains in the altar stone. They are mostly between 1,000 to 2,000 million years old, while other minerals are around 450 million years old. This provides a distinct chemical fingerprint suggesting the stone came from rocks in the Orcadian Basin, Scotland, at least 650 kilometers away from Stonehenge. Given its Scottish origins, the findings raise fascinating questions considering the technological constraints of the Neolithic era as to how such a massive stone was transported over vast distances around 2600 BC. Mr. Clark added, this discovery also holds personal significance for me. I grew up in Wales where some of the Stonehenge's stones came from. I first visited Stonehenge when I was about 1 year old, and now at 25 I returned from Australia to help make this scientific discovery. You could say I've come full circle at the stone circle. Professor Kirkland said our discovery of the altar stones origin highlights a significant level of societal conditioning during the Neolithic I can't talk tonight, period. And helps and helps paint a fascinating picture of prehistoric Britain. Transporting such massive cargo overland from Scotland to southern England would have been extremely challenging, indicating a likely marine shipping route along the coast of Britain. The chemical fingerprints, it implies long-distance trade networks and a higher level of societal organization than is widely understood to have existed during that period in Britain. And then they talk about the studies. While we can now say this iconic rock is Scottish, not Welsh, the hunt will still very much be on to pin down exactly in the northeast, where exactly in the northeast of Scotland the altar stone actually came from. The findings were generally shocking, but if plate technotronics and atomic physics were correct, then the altar stone is Scottish. He added the work prompts 2 important questions. Why and exactly how was the altar stone transported from the very north of Scotland, a distance of more than 700 kilometers, to Stonehenge?
Yeah, I still wonder what the whole purpose, the real purpose of Stonehenge was. Is it a calendar? Is it something else?
Well, we've been finding like that other one that just came up. We're talking about.
Yeah, there's so much on the earth that we have yet to discover.
And that has been found and sold to the highest bidder.
Oh,
Seekers will never know.
Yeah.
Broken apart and sold.
What's in the basement of the Vatican?
Good night, Anthony. Thank you for stopping by.
Well, there's this creepy little kid that pops up from, time to time, here and again. British dog walker reports encounter with infamous black-eyed kid. If you have those black-eyed kids that knock on your door, you're not supposed to let them in. Don't let them in. They might ask for pancakes and syrup. Or meatloaf, perhaps. A British man claims he encountered the infamous black-eyed kid entity that approached him while he was out walking his dog. According to a local media report, the eerie alleged incident occurred last month as the unidentified witness was strolling with his pet pooch near the county's notorious Cannock Chase, which is a forested area where a matter of high strangeness has been reported over the years. On this particular occasion, the man says their walk took an unsettling turn a few hours after dusk when all of a sudden I felt a weird sensation in my stomach, like a feeling of impending doom, coupled with the impression that they were being watched. The weird sense of unease was seemingly also felt by his dog. He recalled as the animal started to go mad and was pulling on the lead and barking. I've never known her to get so frightened. While looking to see what could be causing this curious commotion, the man was taken aback when he suddenly felt something tugging on the back of his coat. Startled by the strange snag, he was all the more unnerved when he spun around and saw that it was a pale-faced little girl who was trying to get his attention. However, the man mused, it was no innocent tot, as the child seemed to sport completely black eyes. Yikes! The shaken witness indicated that the youngster appeared to be wearing rags, giggled in a way that hurt my ears, and sent chills down my spine. As if the encounter was not creepy enough, the man said the mysterious little girl subsequently skipped off into the trees, leaving him and his dog to wonder what exactly had just happened. Unsurprisingly, the pair did not stick around to ponder the possibilities, as they promptly left the scene before the bewildering black-eyed kid returned. Ultimately, the man mused that this uncanny child did not appear to be human, though, as in case with the infamous black-eyed entities, what exactly are they remains a mystery. Yeah, that would be freak. I probably wouldn't want to hang around and go, hey, can I talk to you?
Want to play a game?
Yeah. Want to play a game? The man promptly left the scene where he would retrieve clean trousers when he got home.
Last one is just a crazy, silly one I just threw in there just to have something a little weird. But if you reach into a vending machine and pull out a pair of panties, this might be why.
Hey, wait! I didn't order G9.
My mom says that's disgusting. I don't want to see it. And I said, she says, I hope it's far away. And I'm like, no, it says right here, Livermore, California.
Oh,
Shopping
wow.
at Lucky. She's all, no.
That's right up the road.
I'm like, that's Britain. So I don't want to hear about that. It's disgusting. I don't want to find underwear in my food. A model caught on camera leaving surprise in supermarket food. Disgusting and unsanitary. She's not being a model citizen. A British OnlyFans model has sparked outrage after posting videos of herself leaving her underwear among food at the supermarket and other public settings. Chloe Lopez often posts videos on Instagram showing her taking off her panties in public and leaving them behind as a donation. But people don't seem very pleased. In her most liked scandalous stunt video, which was removed from Instagram early Monday afternoon, after all the stuff they put up, they're going to take that down. Lopez slips her black lace thong off from under her white dress in the middle of a grocery aisle. She tosses them on a shelf of food with a cheeky smile and then saunters off as a shopper looks on in disbelief. Leaving a donation at the supermarket, Lopez captioned in the video. The Instagram reel accumulated more than 27,500 likes since it was first posted in March. Still, thousands of others expressed their disapproval in the comments, calling for her to be arrested and have her social media account shut down. This behavior is not okay, someone put it plainly. Others called her behavior beyond disgusting and beyond sickening, noting that she was contaminating the food and could make people sick. But why near food? Come on, hygiene, a person commented. Why aren't you in jail yet? Another asked. In other videos, Lopez is seen leaving her underwear on a cafe table with her receipt, atop a public memorial, and on the nozzle of a gas pump. A clip shared by another Twitter influencer shows her doffing her undies in a store's baked goods section. In one clip from January, Lopez is captured shockingly ditching her light blue underwear and placing them in a dispenser bin of a snacks and refreshments vending machine before she smiles at the camera and saunters away. People are so outraged by her unsanitary stunt that they're even calling for her to be banned from Spain, the location where it seems she's been giving her undergarments. The Post has reached out to Lopez for comment. Lopez's panty-dropping prank isn't the first time an OnlyFans model has disturbed viewers with a shocking stunt. Another attention-seeking British OnlyFans model drew major criticism after claiming to have Trump tattooed in bold capital letters across her forehead. Brain Monroe, 21, calls herself Trump Girl, posted several videos on her Instagram account of her supposedly having the former president's surname printed on her face. Viewers were stunned by the daring move, but many are skeptical about how permanent the tattoo really is. Yes, I'm definitely sure that was a prank. I hope, but yeah, here's She is. I mean, yeah, if she has like some sort of something, it could crawl off and
But
get
is
in.
she leaving her panties in like in the roast beef section or the pork section or the fish? Or does it matter?
Well, I guess it's baked goods. She doesn't seem to discriminate.
Okay.
Yeah, baked goods counter. The video, she's stuffing them in the vending machine. So you stick your hand in to grab your Coke out. You're also going to pull out her underwear.
Yeah. I don't remember ordering this with my soda pop. Let's see. Here we go. Present. Attention.
Or botulism. Like, okay, so if she had something gross, like in the butt crack of the thong, and then it's sitting on the ice, and then the ice starts to melt into the food, there could be some contamination that could happen, depending how long she's been wearing them and how dirty she is.
So in the shopping centre, I'm going to see a little donation in the vending machine.
She could have a yeast infection.
It could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse.
Taking a crap in it.
Yeah.
When
Here's
I first
my
saw
soiled undies.
that's what I thought she was doing, was actually about to take a crap in the middle of the grocery store floor until I started reading.
Right.
Selfie stick.
Wow.
Yeah, some would pay a lot for it. I mean, some of them sell their bath water online.
That's it.
In little vials. Yes, I guess it is like a donation, depending, if people know whose they are. I guess it could be like geocaching. You see her, whatever, you run down to the grocery store, like, oh, this chick just left a cache over in the produce.
Just left the penny cash over by the cantaloupes.
Yeah, look at the jackfruit and behind the apples. Score, I found a micro cache.
This is what happens when you watch TikTok videos and stuff all the time. I was in the grocery store today and there was a girl in front of me and she just had like one of those carry baskets full of stuff, and she put 2 big cantaloupes up on the thing, and the first thing that popped in my mind was I wanted to say nice melons. And it's just strictly from watching videos on TikTok and stuff that would want me to say something like that.
Or you wonder, are you going to eat those melons, or are you going to try to crush those with your thighs later?
Yeah, really.
On a video.
Yeah.
Well, the woman in aisle 4, please put her underwear back on. Thank you.
Please put your underwear back on, please. Please remove your underwear from the vending machine. Thank you. Hey, wait a minute. I got $20. Who knows?
The woman in aisle 4, please come over here and take a selfie with me.
Exactly. Yeah. Geocache. We could start a new online thing, just call it like Panty Cash or something. We could be millionaires. Panty Cash. There's a new Panty Cash down by the pharmacy. Let's go look for it.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, let's see here. Where is the video?
Oh, yeah. You guys, I got my Vivian. How do you say it? Vivianite?
Vivianite. I know that girl. I went to school with Vivian Knight. She was wild.
There's even a little bit of blue in it. And then when I was reading, it's like months later after I read about it, but I finally got a piece of the green I wanted. I wanted some blue too, but when you look really, really close, there's actually little bits of blue in it. There's the matrix that came off of. And I was reading about it, and I guess like most of it's like clear when it gets found, and then like putting it in the sun is what starts to give it the deep green color. Sometimes it'll turn black, and I think like the longer you leave it in there, the more green it gets. But when I'm looking at it right now, it almost looks like a blue strip against the green. I want to take a picture of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
I shined my black light on it just to see if I could speed up the process faster and maybe get some blue on it. But yeah. So thanks to Rob's, again, crystals of the week is yet another one I got. It works nice with the moldavite. You can combine it with other stones. I'm very happy with it.
I'm
Yeah,
looking for
first
this one. Let's see. Here we go. I found it finally. I haven't previewed this after I
We kept losing electricity.
share screen window. All right, this week's crystal of the week. This week's crystal of the week. It is Isua. What is Isua? It's also known as the Isua Greenstone Belt. It's a specific rock found near Nuuk, Greenland, containing fossilized layers of algae and iron. This is an area of much study due to it being one of the oldest ancient plate tectonic sequences that has ever been discovered. It is estimated to be around 3.7 to 3.8 billion years old, and for a short while in 2016 was the oldest fossil of a living organism ever discovered on Earth. This was superseded by a year later by the discovery of microorganisms in a greenstone belt located in Quebec, Canada. The fossilized layers of Isua are generally alternating in colors between gray, black, tan, and beige. It's one of the more unique minerals in regards to its appearance that we have ever seen. No one has officially been given credit for the finding of this rock belt formation, although it is the subject of constant study and analysis. As more ice and snow around this area begins to slowly melt, we are furthering our understanding of how and when our planet became habitable for life. Some of the meaning and energy. This mineral holds so many secrets of ancient Earth and the energies it once radiated: chaos, harmony, peace, mayhem, love, destruction, and life, all in one singular crystal. Isua takes one's consciousness back in a time to a place where no physical being is capable of. A period of early evolution with raw, pure energy existing on Earth's surface. Isua takes your soul to a place beyond its own existence, no matter how many lives you've lived. In search of purity, prophetic knowledge, and strength, it is a true talisman of the mind, body, and soul, with endless capabilities to provide one's true ascension. To access this ancient energy, one must first accustom themselves to the energy that radiates off Isua. It's not a stone for the sensitive and can be very overwhelming at first. All levels of crystal practitioners must attune their energies to this mineral and slowly add it into their meditation routine. Carrying a piece with you to accustom your subconscious body to the energies your aura will soon become filled with. Once comfortable and ready to move forward, slowly begin to add Iswa into your meditation sessions. Try placing Iswa on your third eye to directly absorb the ancient energy into the pineal gland. This will help one raise entire mental awareness and allow the soul to more easily escape the physical body. Much like astral travel, the soul must leave the body to retrieve this ancient knowledge. One must allow their mind and consciousness to become that one singular being, and only then has the Iswa journey begun. The transformation will go through when working with Iswa, and it can be drastic. One may notice themselves beginning to shed old layers and reducing things in their environment that no longer serve them. It helps one to accept the ongoing growth that has taken place and push them to continue moving in that direction. Naturally, humans want to fight change, even if the end result is something you truly love. Iswa is here to provide comfort during this time of change and expose individuals to new opportunities and interests. One will begin to notice themselves taking action and doing what is best for their current well-being. This is a clear indication of one's asserting control directly into their life path, without distractions or societal expectations swaying their mental state. None of this will occur overnight or in one meditation session with Iswa. One must continually use Iswa and fully harmonize with this mineral if they truly want to see the transformation and alignment of their higher self. So there's a little bit about this week's Crystal of the Week, Iswa. So yeah, there you go. Caught my eye when they said it was the oldest known mineral on the face of the earth. And somebody was talking about Benny Hill. And that Benny Hill? Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was a new one for me.
Yeah. I'm going to have to stop at the crystal shop tomorrow and see if she has any.
How much does it go for? Have you looked?
Let's take a look. Let's take a gander and see. Shopping. It's not bad. It's a chunk of it for $17. Rare, authentic Iswa. Polished palm stone, a little over 3/4 of an ounce. A tumbled specimen from Greenland.
That one's a palm stone, they're saying?
Mm-hmm. Pretty small for a palm stone, but you know.
Well, I got different size. I wonder what that Amazon, those people I like, I wonder if they have it as a palm stone.
Yeah, you get a bracelet of it. Price jumps.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how much just a strand of the beads are if you got the bead or like the beads.
Yeah.
And then you just string it yourself.
That's numinite. Numbnut. No, I don't even know how to say that.
Damn, I need to see what's flying overhead right now.
There you go. That's not terribly bad. 31, 32 bucks for that bracelet on Etsy. Not a bad deal at all.
And then you look at the reviews to make sure like it's real and like people are not getting ripped off by that store. Oh, I gotta reinstall my Google for my flight app to come up. Errs. Let's see. Palmstone.
Ethically sourced.
Ah.
What does that mean? That they paid little kids a nickel a day to dig the stuff up? Ethically, we paid them.
Wow, whatever this Orientria amphiolite palmstone, when I was just looking that up, this came up. So I don't think Amazon has it, but look how pretty this is. Unless it's the same thing with a different name, but it doesn't look like that.
What is it again?
I'm sending it to you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't think Amazon has it. I mean, like that, those people that I like. Oh, no. There's a 34 millimeter by 18 millimeter hand polished natural stone oval Cavacon, $170 for that baby. The bracelet's $58.
I still got to put a couple of bracelets. I made some the other day. Did a couple of rings the other day. I still got to put that Tektite bracelet together.
What kind of ring? Oh, coin rings?
Yeah, I did a couple out of Morgan Head silver dollars. Which the price of silver has gone up. See what it is right now. Oh, dang, I kicked myself out of my own room.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, silver is $29.95 right now. Troy ounce, basically $30. It's gone up, hasn't gone up tremendously, but you know, like I bought these Morgan Head silver dollars. They cost me about $35 a piece. So in today's prices, they would probably be about 40 or 45.
I woke up in the middle of the night the other night and it changed to one of those, where they're selling like the coins, the Liberty dollars and all that. And they're talking about how much it's changed. I was like listening to it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I just saw like the ugliest thing in the world that threw me completely off what I was about to say. Yeah, copper bracelets are good and they're cheap. Speaking of cheap, have you gotten like, new 2024 pennies?
Yeah, I saw one the other day.
I got 4 of them, and I'm holding them in my hand, and I'm like these don't even feel like pennies. Like they feel like half the weight of a penny.
Yeah, if I do any kind of jewelry stuff with pennies, they got to be older ones because the new ones with zinc, you hit them with a torch and they just go. Whoosh. They just like,
Oh yeah, you couldn't even. There's no way.
yeah,
Like I don't even know if it's copper. Like
no, it's not. It's like zinc. I'm not even sure what the new ones are made of. Let's see here.
I was like holding them, and I'm just like, holy crap! Like this is not like what pennies feel like. And like, quarters used to have the silver in the middle, and then they put nickel in the middle.
Yeah, they got like clad coins or silver, nickel, and copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, pennies are now made of a zinc coated with copper. Only
That
nickels,
makes sense then.
yeah. Only nickels are one solid material. 75% copper, 25% nickel alloy.
Because they're so shiny, but they're so light. It's like,
Yeah, like what is it, 1942 or 43? They were making pennies out of steel because copper was so much of it was being used for war projects.
I have some steelhead pennies. In fact, Bonnie Brown had sent me a steelhead penny a few years back in this little care package.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Yeah, I want to say anything after 1982 is not a copper penny anymore. Yeah, I can see silver going to $50 by the end of the year. Who knows? It jumped up and then it came back down a little bit. Like I say, right today, it's right at $30. So who knows? I know when I buy pure silver from the sources where I get it, it's pricey, like to make jewelry with. A lot of people, you make a piece of jewelry and you got to charge a good amount for it because it's real pure silver. And it's like some people are like, well, that's kind of expensive. Well, shit, man, that little chunk of silver just cost me $50.
Exactly. Should we do some cards or something?
Yeah.
You in the mood?
Sure.
Since we have the supermoon, should I do a moonology? Or my new secret deck? I'm gonna do Which cards are you gonna do? Oh, the secret deck? Alright, I'll do the secret deck. Moose is on. I got a cat on each of my wing chairs that I shuffle on.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just looking up. Wow, it's jumped a bit. A 3 by 6 inch little sheet of silver. The last ones I got, I said they were like 40 something, $50, $69.44 now. And that's a 3 inch by 6 inch sheet of silver, which you don't get a whole heck of a lot of pendants and stuff out of that.
For Debbie, you are an internal being. Take a look at the world around you. None of it can exist without you. No matter who you thought you were, you now know the truth of who you really are. You are the master of the universe. You are the heir to the kingdom. You are the perfection of life. John, you got the law of attraction is always listening. If you think life is hard and a struggle, then by the law of attraction, your life will be hard and a struggle. Begin right now to say instead, life is effortless and easy. Life is amazing. Everything good comes to me. Everything always works out perfectly for me. And then I think Azariana. We have Azariana and Deb.
Let's see. I'm using the shamanic healing deck. Get the letting go. Letting blurry.
Oh, that is so relevant for this moon too. That's a good card.
See if I can read this without my glasses. My
No,
glasses and my shoes.
My glasses and my shoes.
The letting go card. Letting go of a person or situation can be a challenge at times. What's at stake is not just the relationship of the situation. It's the attachment, and we've had it. Attachment we had for it. The hopes, the dreams, the expectations. Many relationships end long past their natural ending point. One or both people hang on, hoping things would change. They've invested so much time because without that person or job or relationship, their future is loomed up as
All right. Okay, I'm going to do one for Deb until Rob comes back. Deb, you got... Where did he go, though? Wait, maybe I should message him first. Where are you?
I didn't kick
Oh,
myself
sorry.
out that time.
Okay.
Did they get that whole card reading?
No, it stopped right in the middle.
God damn it. Yeah, I just looked up and it was like frozen in time. I can read it over real quick.
Yeah. Because I got totally.
Letting go. Letting go of a person or situation can be a challenge. At times, what's at stake is not just the relationship or situation, it's the attachment we had for it, the hopes, the dreams, the expectations. Many relationships end long past their natural ending point. One or both people hang on, hoping things would change. They invested so much time because without that person or job or relationship, their future loomed up as one big blank screen. For many, this is too scary to bear. However, by letting go, we create a space for that person or situation that will resonate with us when we are where we are now. Start looking for your expectations. Try not to have any. This will enable you to live in the moment and be mindful of the present. To be able to gracefully release from a situation is a lesson for all of us.
And then for Deb, you got create your tomorrow today. Some powerful rituals to do before bed. Every night, replay the good moments of the day and give heartfelt thanks for them. Think about the next day and intend that it is going to be the best day of your life. Then, when you wake, before you get out of bed, again declare your intention for the day and give thanks as though you have received it. And that's something I used to do a lot, and sometimes I forget, but before my feet would touch the ground, I would give my thanks, and then I'd get up and like do the whole spray of the bed, like cleansing of the night bed and all that, which I've gotten really lazy on since I've been nursing all these cats in here lately. It's got hard to, I think you've got Craig. It got hard to keep the ritual going.
It is the grounding. Where is it going to focus? It's not. Grounding card. As humans, our body are both of the earth. Wait a minute. As humans, our bodies are of the earth. I was like, both of the earth? There's two of them. It's a natural inclination when we experience uncomfortable emotions or energy to ground it out. Much in the way a ground wire works with an electrical current. However, with so much in our modern lives that causes us to be disconnected from the Creator, we tend to gravitate towards false grounding. Overeating, smoking, drinking, recreational drugs are common ways to try to ground. These items are of the earth, but they are not the earth. It's a hard one to read. Maybe it's because I don't have glasses. This is not a true grounding, and with such, it cannot. Okay, jeez, and as such, it cannot sustain. It doesn't last. What ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, we need more and more to achieve the same result. To truly ground and connect to both the earth and Creator, practice consistently on connecting your energy towards the earth. You should not be getting your energy outside of yourself, but directly from the divine. This is achieved through meditation, energy work, and mindfulness. Find a way that works for you and practice it. By drawing this card, you're being asked to look at the areas in your life where you may be employing false grounding as a coping mechanism. Man, these cards are running deep tonight.
Yeah, there are. Did we get everybody? Which deck was that? Is that the
Uh,
one I have?
No, this is the shamanic healing deck that won't focus.
Send me a screenshot of that later,
All right.
please.
Wait a dookie.
You read for Azariana, correct?
I think so.
Are you able to send her that
Yeah.
that card?
Mm-hmm.
Good night, John. Have
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
night.
Yep, we're about done and out of here for another episode of Weird Wednesday. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. I gotta get up early again in the morning. I don't have to, but I'm gonna. Depending on the weather. Probably go fishing early in the morning. Yeah, everybody have a good rest of the week and probably see you. I was vacant. How did Paranormal Soup go the other night?
It was a short. It was good. It was a short show though because, the guest was having issues in audio check before I got on. I guess he's like traveling for something and was at a hotel and the Wi-Fi was really bad, so he wasn't getting any audio or something, and sent him an email. So we ended up just winging it, doing open lines for a little bit.
Cool. Well, a short show's better than a shit show.
Or no show at all.
Yep, exactly. Well, it is now hitting on the 2 a.m. hour here, so we're going to sign off. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you again next week for Weird Wednesday.